Adam Castro with ACT Fitness Academy, showing you how to do the body weight squat. Now when we perform a squat, okay, there's a lot of moving parts to this. The shoulders are involved, the upper body, the lower body, the hips, the knees, all these things are involved. So we're just gonna go head to toe what you need to do to make sure you're in good form. So first off, I'm gonna go ahead and face this way because upper body posture is gonna be really important here. We wanna make sure the shoulders are back and down, chest is out, and we're starting off in this, this position of uprightness. The legs are gonna be at about shoulder width, right here, okay? At that upright stance. Hands can honestly just be right in front of the body. Now, even though I'm putting my hands in front of the body, I don't want to reach and round like this. This is going to throw off all of our posture. We want to make sure that the hands are in front, but just like if we worked on those band pull apart, we bring those shoulder blades back and down still. Even though those hands are in front of us, that does not mean that we have to bring the shoulders forward. So we're going to be in this position here. Now, hips. What are the hips going to do? The hips are going to actually come back, just like you're sitting down in a chair. And I'll actually even grab this. Whenever you're sitting down in a chair, okay, we never go straight down, right? We're never going to go straight down because that would mean we wouldn't sit in the chair, right? What we need to do is sit back, just like you're sitting down in a chair, and then rest on the hips coming back and then rest on the quads when you're sitting down. This is honestly a perfect squat position, okay, for the body. We squat every single day when we sit down, and this is basically what you're going to be doing in your own squat. Resting on the quads, sitting back and down, just like you're sitting down in a chair, and then coming up while still maintaining that uprightness of your body. Now the thing is that we don't want to use that chair. If you have to, that's a good place to start with doing your reps just by sitting down in a chair and standing up at that knee level, okay, so that we at least go to parallel or somewhat close to parallel. That's a good place to start. But if you're at the point where you can do bodyweight squats, then we want to make sure we practice bringing the hips back and then also down. Bringing the hips back is not the only thing that we're doing. Now we're going to start bending the knees at the same time. Both movements happening simultaneously for you to be able to do a bodyweight squat. Down and up. All the way down in control, and then all the way up. Now when I come down, I'm still engaging everything. My core is still engaging. I'm not letting my body fold like this when I come down. I'm still trying to stay upright. But when I come up, I'm engaging those quads, the muscles in my thighs right here, I'm engaging those quads, and I'm engaging the glutes to bring myself up and come to a full squeeze, okay? Those hips come forward, I'm squeezing my glutes, I'm squeezing my quads so that I'm actually working those muscles. Now, we can actually take this a step further and add some resistance. Now, if you've got a weight or a kettlebell, or even if you've got a heavy book, now we can actually start adding some resistance that'll help you to keep upright, but also put a little bit more pressure on those lower body muscles. We'll go ahead and take a dumbbell. We'll hold it up just like this. Remember, I'm not rounding my back, I'm still staying shoulders back and down, holding it just there. And now when I come down, this weight is helping me to keep balance, but now this is also pushing me down a little bit more, so I've got to use those legs to push up just a little bit harder, okay? If you feel like you're falling back, the nice thing about using a weight, if you feel like you're falling back, you can bring that weight forward to help you find that balance again. Okay, you can do this again with a dumbbell, a kettlebell, or a heavy book if you've got one at home. Now the last thing that I want to mention has to do with the knees. We need to make sure that those knees are even all throughout the range of motion. So what do I mean by that? We need to make sure that as we stand in this shoulder width position, the toes can be just a little out. They don't need to be super, straight on forward. They can be just a little out. We don't want to go way, duck-footed out here all the way to the sides. But we're going to have that nice, comfortable stance. When we come down, we need to make sure those knees don't fall in like this or come too far out like that. We need to make sure that the knees follow the direction of the toes, okay? If my toes are slightly out, well then we're gonna try to make sure that those knees are only going slightly out, okay? We're gonna do our best to keep even on both sides. If we see one leg start to come in a little bit, I need you to be engaged and tell that leg to come back into that right position as you come down into your squat and then come back up, okay? All right, so don't forget, make sure that the shoulders are back and down, the chest is out, even if the arms are forward. Make sure that the core is engaged. Make sure that those hips are coming back at the same time as you bending those knees. We're not leaning too far forward, we're not leaning too far back. We come down all the way, keeping that upright position, and when we come up, we squeeze both the quads and the glutes, all while trying to keep those knees as even as possible. That is the body weight squat, the seated squat, and the front loaded squat.